Welcome friends. August 21st, 1911. It was a Monday morning in the capital of France, Paris. It was quite bustling. People were going to work in their offices. Suddenly, three men came out of the Louvre Museum. These three had spent the last night inside the museum, and now they had an important property of the Louvre Museum in their hands. They were hiding it in a blanket and running away. They go to the nearby railway station, catch the train at 8:45 in the morning, and disappear. The whole world was unaware that they had just stolen a painting, and this is not a small painting. This is the world's most famous painting, the Mona Lisa. Today, the value of this painting is close to $1 billion. What is the reason behind this? What secrets are hidden in this Mona Lisa? Why is this the world's most famous painting? Let's understand the secrets of the Mona Lisa in today's video.
Was placed in the Louvre Museum in Paris in 1706.
But she's about to become a sensation.
The Mona Lisa is snatched from the world's most famous museum.
An entire day passes before anyone notices the masterpiece is missing.
The painting of the Mona Lisa was made in 1503 by an Italian artist, Leonardo da Vinci. And this man was an amazing man, you won't believe. Because he was not just a painter, but also an engineer, scientist, sculptor, architect, and theorist. He had knowledge of so many different subjects, be it painting, cartography, astronomy, anatomy, botany, hydrology, geology, optics, or even paleontology. A whole separate video can be made on his life. So without further ado, let's talk about the Mona Lisa, which was his most famous painting. But who was this painting for? People have always been curious about the identity of the woman depicted in the painting. First explanation was made by an Italian artist named Giorgio Vasari, who wrote Leonardo da Vinci's autobiography in 1550. According to Vasari, this woman was Lisa Gherardini. She was married to a silk trader from Florence, Francesco Giocondo. He said that Francesco had commissioned this painting for his wife, and this is where the two names of this painting come from. The first name we all know as Mona Lisa comes from the word Madonna Lisa. Additionally, in Italian, the word Madonna is used for Madam. So Madonna Lisa means Madam Lisa, and the short form of Madonna was Mona, Mona with a double N. And this was written in English, and an N was dropped, and Mona became Mona. So even today, Mona Lisa means Madam Lisa or Lady Lisa. And then comes the second name of Mona Lisa, which is La Gioconda. After her marriage, Lisa Gherardini became Lisa Giocondo. And an interesting thing here is that in Italian, Giocondo means light-hearted or cheerful, meaning cheerful. Even today, Mona Lisa is famous for her smile. So that's where her name comes from, La Giocondo. In French, the word Giocondo is written with a J, like this, Giocondo. So that's why if you ever go to the Louvre Museum in Paris and see a painting of Mona Lisa, in French, it would be La Giocondo. Now the interesting thing is that even though this was revealed in the year 1550, people were not ready to believe that what Vasari said was true. Many theories began to emerge that this woman was actually someone else. Some people said she was Leonardo da Vinci's mother. Some said it was a painting of a queen in Italian aristocracy. The most interesting theory was that Da Vinci himself was depicted in this painting. This painting is not of a woman. In fact, this is Da Vinci's own painting, and he has imagined how he would look like if he were a woman. This theory was promoted by the artist Lillian Schwartz in an article in 1987. She used digital tools to show similarities between Leonardo da Vinci's own face and Mona Lisa's face. By the way, with this logic, you can show similarities between two faces by placing them on top of each other. But today, we can say with great certainty that the woman shown in this painting is actually Lisa Giocondo. A professor in Florence did research on this for 25 years and found the archives, and in 2004, he got clear evidence to prove this. He also found that Da Vinci's family had a close relationship with Francesco Giocondo's family. He also found a record that Lisa's marriage was registered on 5th March 1495, when Lisa was 16 years old, and Francesco was around 30 years old. He found that Leonardo da Vinci's father and Lisa's husband knew each other very well, and it is possible that this painting was commissioned not by Lisa's husband, but by Leonardo's father. Palanti says that when this painting of Mona Lisa was made, Lisa was 24 years old, and there are two reasons behind making this painting. First, in 1503, when Francesco and Lisa bought their own house, and second, in December 1502, when their second son was born. The second reason seems more probable because 3 years before this, in 1499, Lisa lost her daughter. If you look closely at this painting, you will see that there is a veil over Lisa's hair. Many people call it a mourning veil. It is a kind of a veil that is put up when someone dies in the family. Now, a question arises here that if Da Vinci was Italian and Mona Lisa was Italian, then what is this painting doing in France? In 1516, the King of France, Francis I, invited Leonardo da Vinci to live in France. And because of this, Da Vinci shifted from Italy to France and took this painting of Mona Lisa with him. Historical records are not clear, but it is said that Da Vinci had not yet completed this painting. 15 years after starting the painting, he was still working on this painting. He was modifying it and trying to make it better. Meanwhile, in 1519, while living in the palace of the king, Leonardo da Vinci passed away, and the king kept this painting for his royal collection. About 150 years later, in 1797, when the French Revolution took place, this painting was taken out of the palace of the king and kept in the Louvre Museum. Now, the interesting thing is that because of this reason, Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911. I talked about this in the beginning of the video. The mastermind of this theft was Vincenzo Perugia, who stole this painting with his two friends, and he was an Italian nationalist. He believed that this painting should be with Italy, not with France. That's why he stole it and took it to Italy. Now, stealing such a famous painting is a very risky job, especially when the price of this painting is millions of dollars. So obviously, Vincenzo must not feel safe after this theft. But before that, let's know the speciality of this painting. Why is it so special? All, Mona Lisa was not made on a paper, canvas, or cloth. Instead, it was painted on a poplar wood. At that time, it was the favorite wood of the Italian painters. Secondly, this painting is not a very big painting in size. Look at the photos in the museum. You can see the size of this painting is only 77 centimeters x 53 centimeters. Still, it is considered so special because in its time, it was the first painting in Italy that focused so closely on humans. This is a half-length portrait. Today, such shots are very common in photography, but at that time, no one made such paintings. Overall, if you look at the color grading of this painting, you will see a lot of brown and yellow shades. It looks like a very dull painting. It is so yellowish that at one time, a professor declared Lisa as a cholesterol patient, but there are two reasons behind it. First, a varnish layer has been applied on this painting so that moisture does not have a negative effect on this painting. Because it is a wooden painting, it is necessary to protect it from humidity and moisture. Secondly, over time, bleaching has been observed in this painting. Originally, when this painting was made, it used to be more bright and colorful. Some people tried to recreate it to see how this painting used to look like. Da Vinci has used a very special painting style in this painting, which is called sfumato, the technique of blending. The background that you see in this painting is a landscape. It is the Arno Valley of Italy. There are no clear boundaries between the background and Mona Lisa. There are no outlines. At some places, Mona Lisa's hair was shining in the landscape. Blurring the outlines and blending the colors is the technique of sfumato. This is the secret behind Mona Lisa's mysterious smile. Look at Mona Lisa's smile carefully. The more you look at this smile, the more serious this face will look. But now, look at Mona Lisa's eyes. Suddenly, you will see how Lisa is smiling more. In any part of the painting, whether it is the background or Mona Lisa's forehead or eyes, you will see this effect. Lisa's face starts smiling more when you don't focus on the smile. To make this smile, Da Vinci took the most time. He spent many nights in a hospital in Florence, where he removed the skin of dead bodies. He wanted to study the muscles and nerves in the face. How do they smile? He wrote in his book, "The muscles which move the lips are more numerous in man than in any other animal." It was very difficult for him because the muscles here are very small and very large. During this experiment, Vinci studied horses too. He compared the expressions of humans with the faces of horses. He wrote in his notes, maybe in history, another artist would have dissected the face of a horse and a human and